Good evening, and welcome to Creative Broadcasting, the station of unlimited possibilities. Presents Creating Your Seat at the Table with your host, Ashley Little, as she welcomes her guest to the table.
Welcome to Creating Your Seat at the Table. I am your host, Ashley Little. A little bit about myself: corporate professional by day, serial entrepreneur by night, six-time best-selling author, CEO and founder of Ashley Little Enterprises, LLC, owner and creator of Creative Broadcasting, and founder and owner of Talk Radio and TV Network, LLC. Tonight, we have an amazing special VIP guest by the name of Dr. LaTanya Bowman. A little bit about her. Dr. LaTanya Bowman is a chiropractor and owner of Discovery Chiropractic and Wellness Center in Charlotte, North Carolina. Dr. Bowman has been in the practice of making people feel better through chiropractic treatments for over a decade. She utilizes her knowledge and skills of chiropractic care and sports medicine to help patients maintain their optimal health and well-being. She looks forward to meeting with every patient and sharing the benefits of chiropractic care along with healthy lifestyle. Dr. Bowman was born and raised in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, and attended North Carolina Central University in Durham, North Carolina, where she received her Bachelor of Science degree for athletic training in December 2000. During her tenure with both the Duke University Athletic and Physical Therapy Department, gaining experience in Michael Strauss's Human Performance Laboratory, the K-Lab, and the Wake Forest University Athletic Department under the supervision of Coach Jim Caldwell. She worked alongside leaders in the field. Throughout her training with athletes, she discovered the benefits of chiropractic treatment, which helped the healing process and enhance peak performance. Dr. Bowman continued her education at Parker College of Chiropractic in Dallas, Texas, and received a second Bachelor of Science degree in anatomy and a doctoral degree in chiropractic in August 2005. As she continues to expand her knowledge of chiropractic, she has special certifications in a Webster technique for care of pregnant women and is a certified kinesiotaping practitioner, CKPP. At this time, she is presently working on her certification from the Academy Council on Chiropractic Pediatrics, CACCP. Dr. Bowman first opened her doors in 2016, and within the first 6 months of operation, she was listed as one of the top 20 chiropractors out of 167 offices in the city of Charlotte. During this time of growth, Discovery Chiropractic and Wellness Center has been awarded 4 times in a row as one of the top 20 chiropractic offices in the Charlotte-Mecklenburg area from 2016 to 2019 by Expertise.com. In addition, Dr. Bowman has received numerous awards and recognitions. She is a proud recipient of the following awards: 40 Under 40 Alumni Award from North Carolina Central University, 2017, Trademark Women of Distinction Honors Edition, 2017, Top 25 Women in Business Award for Charlotte Business Journal, 2018, Walker's Legacy Power 15 Charlotte Award, 2019, Crowns of Enterprise Award, Certified Small Business Enterprise of the Year from the City of Charlotte and Mecklenburg County, and 2019, Patient Care of the Year Award from ACA Magazine. Dr. Bowman has also been featured on WCNC, Charlotte's Today Health segments, as well as the 31 Days of Biz for 2018 for Charlotte Business Resources. She has written articles for the Charlotte Health and Wellness magazine and has led corporate health educational talks for various organizations, including Discovery Communications, parent company of Discovery Education, best known for its television networks Discovery Channel and Animal Planet. Presently, Dr. Bowman is an on-air radio personality for WDRB Media, the voice of the community. Continuing in her passion for community outreach, Dr. Bowman has partnered with local elementary, middle, and high schools in the Charlotte community. She has facilitated events that provide school supplies to those in need, backpacks, safety talks, health education, seminars, and has mentored young children, helping them learn more about nutrition and about the importance of living a healthy lifestyle. Dr. Bowman has built relationships at the college level as well, providing job career services for mock interviews, shadowing programs for prospective students who want to pursue careers in the health field, as well as supporting the externship, medical assistance, and medical coding and billing affiliate programs for Southeastern Institute, as well as the Healthcare Administration program for ECPI University. Dr. Bowman's office is conveniently located in the North Carolina area for chiropractic and wellness services, where she continues to serve her community in the field of chiropractic. Welcome to the table, the amazing Dr. Bowman.
Thank you so much. That was a lot.
How are you? Amazing, right?
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. So please tell us more about your entrepreneur journey.
Well, I would say that I've always wanted to work for myself. and I always wanted to be a small business owner. That was before I decided to actually become a physician. But I guess once I got out of undergrad and I started getting my degree in chiropractic, I realized at that point I wanted to work for myself instead of working for other people. So that was one of my main missions and one of my main goals. I just had to figure out how to do it. And one of the things I always tell people, my path is not going to be the same as yours. So everybody's path to get to that point might be different. And I was just blessed as I was going through that journey where God was putting the right people in my path as I was trying to get there, because I had to figure out how to do it on my own. I didn't come out with a silver spoon in my mouth. And, you know, my parents were not entrepreneurs. My grandfather was, because he owned a tobacco farm. But outside of that, I didn't have any entrepreneurship skills. So those are the things I had to learn on my own. As I was working for other doctors, I was gaining that knowledge. So once that opened up, I took off running, but that was all because of the fact of the people that I was with prior to that.
I love that. Love that. And you went on to start your own company after that. So let's talk about what inspired you to want to be in the chiropractic industry, because you're very passionate about helping people.
Right. I got into chiropractic by accident. It was more or less when I first started school, I wanted to be an anesthesiologist. And then it went from anesthesiology to physical therapy. And then it went from physical therapy to athletic training and then into chiropractic. So it was more or less by sheer accident. So when I was in the athletic training program at North Carolina Central, at that time, athletic training was a bachelor's degree. It was not, now it's a master's degree. And so those are the people you see when you see on TV when the athlete gets hurt, you see them running out towards the athlete. That's what that is. And so as I was working, it caused me to have to work at different universities and pro settings. So that's how I was able to work with Coach K, and that's how I was able to work with Coach Caldwell at the time. And so with that, Division I schools were having chiropractors on staff. And so I was just noticing that the chiropractor was getting the athletes back on the field a lot quicker. And so I went actually out of curiosity than anything else. So that's how I learned about chiropractic.
And you see how, that path, just going off the path a little bit, right? Because you wasn't really interested, but it really opened so many doors for you, and now you own your own chiropractic business. So that's amazing, right? So it just kind of tells you sometimes the path changes, right? Sometimes things take a pivot.
And that goes right back to what I was saying. The direction that you're wanting to go may not be the same direction you end up, and there's nothing wrong with that. Especially when I talk to my interns or let alone people who shadow me, I always have to let them understand what you're saying now may not be the same thing that you say 3 years from now, and it's okay. It's nothing wrong with that, and because it's a paradigm shift. It's just like 5 years from now, I might want to own a flower shop. Nothing wrong with that. And it's just about where you're at that point in your life, and just things that you're trying to fulfill, because you're not trying to prove anything to anybody. You're just trying to enjoy yourself and enjoy life.
So thanks for shining light on that for our listeners that are listening that maybe are in that space where they're getting ready to take a pivot. So you are the CEO and founder of Discovery Chiropractic and Wellness Center. So please tell us more about your company and how we can get involved and support.
Absolutely. Yeah. I named my practice Discovery Chiropractic and Wellness Center because I used to love the Discovery Channel. That was my favorite show on TV growing up. And this is just interesting how God works. I remember when I opened up my office, probably I think I had not been no more than 4 or 5 months into the practice. I had gotten this phone call, and one of my interns said, "Hey, this company wants you to go and Discovery Education. They said they do at-home schooling, but they want you to come and do a health talk." And I said, "Okay, sure." So I called them up, and the lady gave me the spiel, but I didn't put two and two together. And so then I went to their station, or the headquarters, which was in Charlotte. And so when I walked in, I saw all these security guards, and I was like, "What is this?" So then I looked behind the secretary, behind her wall, and it was like BBC and was it History Channel, Discovery Channel, Travel Channel. I mean, it had it all. Animal Channel. It was all their logos behind this wall. So when the lady I spoke to came to my the front, she introduced herself, and I was like, where am I? And then she told me, she said, "Well, you're here at Discovery Education. We are the educational portion for these different channels." So when I walked in, the next thing I knew, I had walked into a corporate office, and all these people were sitting down, and and they had their books open and everything. And it was this good thing I had a PowerPoint and everything ready. And I did not realize, I was talking to Discovery Education, but that was the one. Those are the ones that is the headquarters for all those different channels. And I could not believe it. And the first thing I told them was like, "You're the reason why I named my office Discovery Chiropractic and Wellness Center." And they actually said that was the reason why that they had pinpointed me to come and do that talk. And so that goes right back to what I was saying before. You don't never know the platforms that God has put in place for you, and you just have to just let it flow and allow it to happen. And my office, reason why I tagged on Wellness Center behind it is because we're not just all about chiropractic. We talk about nutritional health, mental health. We also do massage and all these different plethora of different things in the office. That's the reason why with the platform of my radio show, I bring on different providers, because with the different providers, I work with them. So we see patients back and forth. And so it's almost like, you ever heard of that, what's it called, integrated medicine? You ever heard of that before, or alternative medicine? Mm-hmm. Okay, so basically I'm doing that without calling it that. But integrated medicine is basically when you have different physicians in one roof. No different than how you have sports medicine, all the physicians in one roof. So it's they changed the name of it because it's for the general public and not for athletes. But I took that concept, and that's the concept I am in with my office. So, with that, I have the nutritionist and the physician assistant and the massage therapist. They work for themselves. They have their own practices, but we all work together. And so that's why I attached Wellness Center behind that. And what I'm doing with the platform I created, I'm bringing on these different people, so these folks that are interested to see what I'm all about, they can see the different physicians and what they do, so they can learn about which doctors are the right ones for them.
And thanks for this shining light and really discussing your journey with that, because you just never know who might be listening that's looking to go into the chiropractic industry or have been thinking about it. So thanks for just sharing that, because your journey is amazing, Dr. Bowman. So let's talk about...
Thank you.
You are welcome. You are very passionate as well as about community outreach, right? You're very involved with giving back and reaching back and pulling forward as well. So can you tell us more about your passion? And I mean, you're doing that within your industry as well.
Yes. Well, I'm all about giving back, and giving back doesn't necessarily mean you have to do monetarily. Giving back can be just taking the time out and just teaching people and educating them, and also helping the youth to help guide them in order to get them to the direction that they are needing and wanting to go. And so, I that's the journey that I had to growing up. And my mother was in education. She was a school teacher. So because of that, that's one of the things that I guess you can say I'm still doing, but doing it in a different format. And so these institutions or these schools, they like that, because I when these interns come into my practice, I have them thinking outside of the box, because I let them realize this is it's a doctor's office, but it's a business, and all businesses work the same. They each one, I work the same, just like the barbershop across the street. We have to do the exact same thing. There is nothing different about us. It's just that our product and service is different. And so I teach them and show them this so they have a better understanding when they're doing that blood pressure or putting that person on therapy. There is a charge for that, and that charge is considered a service. So you gave a service to that patient, and the insurance job is to pay us for that. And so it's showing them how that works, and so it allows them to think outside of the box. And most of the young ladies, they actually, after they're done with me, I don't know if it's a good or bad thing, but a lot of them, they'll continue to go back to school for a business, or either they'll go into other things. So I've noticed that several of them have, like I had two of them that actually, after they graduate from the medical assistant, they actually went and got their degree in business. Another one actually went to naturopathic school. She'll be graduating next year. And then I have another one that has gone into hospital administration. So I kind of allow them to think outside of the box. And that's one of the reasons why I know the schools like sending them over there, because of the fact that I'm just not putting them to work. I'm teaching them life lessons.
I love it. I love it. So what are some strategies you would give to listeners who are interested in starting their own chiropractic offices?
Well, chiropractic offices are just all together.
Just going in the industry in general, yeah.
Just in health and industry, because the reason why I'm asking that, because a lot of people are still learning about what chiropractic is, and so chiropractic is a holistic approach of treating the body without the use of medication. And we are considered primary care physicians, just like a medical doctor and just like a doctor of osteopathy. So we're the only 3 physicians in the whole United States that's able to treat and diagnose under Medicare. A lot of people don't know that. So I am considered a PCP, a primary care physician. People are still learning about chiropractic, just like how back in the day, if you remember in the 80s, dentists used to go into the elementary schools and teach people or teach the kids how to brush their teeth. You remember that?
Mm-hmm.
And so by the time they're our age, now we are at that age, we know to go to the dentist every 6 months. So it's concept with chiropractic. We need to go into the elementary schools and teach the kids about spinal hygiene and teach them, so by the time they get our age, they want to go once a month to get adjusted. You see chiropractic more in millennials. They're more into that holistic thing. So chiropractic is still an old field, but it's still new to our generation right now. But getting into the health field, I always tell people, before you do it, try to shadow 1 or 2 people in that field. A reason why, preferably 1 or 2, preferably 2, just because of the fact you want to make sure if that's really what you want to do, because everybody runs their business different. You see where I'm going with that? So because of that, I always tell people to always shadow at least one or two people in that field, and then go to your plan B. Shadow a person on that too. Because the way schools are right now, they are making it where you have to get a bachelor's in biology or chemistry or something like that. And when you come out, you can't do nothing with that degree and no more than teach with it. So you have to go back and get your master's or a doctorate. And it's not like how it used to be. Like even physical therapy used to be an undergraduate, a bachelor's degree. It's not like that anymore. So it's almost like if you go into those fields and find out you don't like it, you done wasted a lot of money. So while you're in college and undergrad, I always tell people shadow where you want to go, because all of us don't mind. Now you see the people that, especially kids that know this. I mean, like my friends who are physicians, are MDs, dentists, the podiatrists, the ones that know this, that those kids from high school or even undergrad will come and shadow you for a few weeks. We don't mind it at all. We actually like it. But you definitely want to shadow it first. Make sure that's what you want to do. And then once you find out that's what you want to do, then you pick the right school and make sure that school is accredited. And the reason why I'm saying that is because I'm sure you've heard of bad situations where the schools were losing their accreditation. So you want to make sure that you go to a good accredited school. Try to minimize your student loans as much as possible. Like I didn't have student loans in undergrad. All of mine came from chiropractic school. So get those scholarships and grants and stuff as much as you can. Because once you get out and you're trying to start a business, that stuff goes against you having a startup business. It goes against that, because they see that as debt. Even though they consider it as good debt, it's still debt that you still have to pay for. So if that makes sense. So you get your degree and you want to start out, I always recommend don't start out from scratch. Try to work for somebody at least for 1 to 2 years. It's a minimum 2 years before you go out on your own, because you rather make sure you learn as much as you can so you don't make too many hiccups, because those hiccups can make you go bankrupt. And so those are my best advice. They don't teach you how to be a business owner in school. And I always tell people, when you're in school as a physician, they don't teach you how to run a business. They teach you how to be a doctor. So you got to learn that business part on your own, unless you go and get an MBA. So the best way for you to do that is that you need to go work for somebody at least for 2 years before you start doing that on your own. Because like I stated, running a business is a business. I'm working the same way as the barbershop across the street. So you have to understand that a business is a business. They all run the same. Our products and services are different.
Amazing. So when you first opened the doors in 2016, but then the first 6 months of operation, you was listed as one of the top 20 chiropractors out of 167 offices. Amazing. So please tell us more about how you accomplished this amazing goal, Dr. Bowman.
Well, it goes right back to what I stated. That's why you work for somebody for a little bit before you do it on your own. Because if you already know how to do it, it makes it easier to catapult yourself very quickly. So, I mean, that's called expertise, from the fact that you like, I already knew how to do everything because I was doing it all along for the other doctors I was working with.
So you are also, and thanks for sharing that with us, of how you accomplished those goals, because those were amazing goals, right? Those are amazing goals. So kudos for all the great things that you are doing in your industry. So you are also an on-air, you're welcome. You're also an on-air radio personality for WDRB Media, the voice of the community.
Yes.
So tell us more about your show and how we can support, listen, and book to get on there.
Yeah, thank you. So basically, my show is called Discover the Best You, and it's about basically how to become a more better self. You know, 2020 is one of those years. It's been really funky, but it's supposed to have been a year of abundance. You know, it's supposed to have been a year of fulfillment, and it still is, and it still can be. So, people are always talking about leveling up and trying to figure out how to make the better you, and a lot of that stuff is physical, emotional, and spiritual. So, because of that, that's the reason why I had chosen that title, Discover the Best You. And because of the expertise of the people that I have around me, and all of us, what do? Our goal is to try to make you what? Better, right? So because of that, that's where I bring them on, and I have them discuss topics of their liking that they're wanting to bring out into the public. And, regardless if it's about mental health, if it's about spirituality, even if it's about pharmacy, like the first gentleman I had, Dr. Marquez Prince, he spoke about how pharmacy works, and he owns his own business. And so with that, you're getting educated, but you're also seeing practitioners that own their own business. They're not corporate. And so you can get the perspective of an entrepreneur, but at the same time, you get this perspective of a physician or healthcare worker and their own perspective of how they do things. And it's really great because even when I'm on social media, when I see somebody bring up a topic, like, I wonder why people are so scared of going to the psychologist. And then I'm like, oh, I got something for you. I'll send them the link of one of my shows, and it talks about the stigma of therapy. So it lets people see that everybody's thinking the same way, but nobody's really wanting to talk about it out loud. So so that's the purpose of my show, is to talk about the taboos and also help explain to people why it's okay to talk to your physicians and your healthcare providers and realize that we're just as human as you are. And so it makes you it just makes you a lot more comfortable. So yeah, that's the point of my show. It's just an educational portion of letting you know it's okay just to be you and discover how to be the best you.
So please support her and listen in to her show. Dr. Bowman is doing some amazing things, so make sure you tune in to her show, The Voice of the Community, right?
Yes, so you can find...
Okay, go ahead.
Oh, yes, I was going to tell you can find me on Thursdays at 2 p.m. on iHeartRadio, WDRB Media. That's how you'll find me, and it's 2 p.m. every Thursday Eastern.
So make sure you tune in every Thursday at 2 p.m. Eastern, correct? At 2 p.m.
Yes.
Eastern. So we all have a process, right, on our journeys. So what did failure teach you on your journey?
Failure really wasn't an option for me. But, you do have those setbacks, and that's normal. And so I have those failures. I just get up and dust myself off and try again, just like Aaliyah says, And so, it's just one of those things. My father, he definitely helped me with that. And I remember when I had quit my job, and that night, you know how you go to bed, and I was like, well, I'm going to sleep in. I'm going to sleep in a little bit. And I was here at my parents' house that night. I guess because I just needed to have some comfort, And it was like 7 o'clock in the morning, and my father went, bam, 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 bam. He was knocking on my door. Bam, 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 bam. And I was like, what? And then he's like, it's time to get up. It's time for you to go to work. And I remember I sat up and I almost started crying. I was like, what did I just do? What did I just do? But that's the part where I had to learn about accountability. So you got to learn how to be accountable. So when you have accountability, regardless if you fail or not, it's okay because it's not going to bother you because you know you did what you're supposed to do in the first place. You just learn from that mistake, fix it, and keep it moving.
Love that. Love that. So what does success teach you because you're very successful?
Success is in the eyes of the beholder. What you see as success may not be how I look at it. Does that make sense? So it just depends on how the person views success. So if you become complacent, you're going to become very stagnant. You're not going to be able to get to the next level. So say, pat yourself on the back, but keep it moving. And because I'll tell you a good example of that. And again, my father was the one that helped me open my eyes about this. I actually got invited to the White House 2 months ago. And when I went up there, and I was sitting around these millionaires and billionaires, and I'm sitting there, and I'm like, why am I here? I couldn't figure out why the heck I was here. And one of them turned around and looked at me, and he said, because you're supposed to be here. And it still didn't register to me. It still, at this point, still hasn't really quite hit me that I was there sitting in the White House in front of the president and everybody. And when I got home, and I remember when I flew back into Charlotte, I drove back to Winston-Salem where I was from. I came straight back to my parents' house. And I walked in the door, and my dad was sitting there watching TV, and I sat down beside of him, and I looked at him, and I said, well, what now? And then he said, what do you mean, what now? He said, you keep it moving. You go back to work tomorrow and keep it going. So do you see where I'm coming from?
Yes.
So it's this idea of what success is. Like, you saw that as being successful, but I just saw that as just another stepping stone I had to cross.
Right, because everybody's idea of success is different, so thanks for shining light on that. But I just want you to know, kudos to you. You're doing some amazing things, Dr. Bowman. So what can we expect from you in this new year of 2020? We are in the second quarter now, right? We just finished the first quarter, and we're we have walked into the second quarter today. So what can we expect from you this year?
Well, this year, I would say it's already challenging considering the fact of what's going on with the virus. So, even with me being a small business, it's just as hard for me as any other small business around. So, what your plans were and what your vision board is, you got to recalibrate it just a little bit just because of the fact of what's going on. But my goal is to keep creating and keep developing my office and keep developing my platform so I can teach and educate people. So none of that has changed. It's just that I might have to do it in a different way, just like what we're doing now. Instead of physically going to the places, I might have to do it more on social media or more on the radio or more on, Zoom or educational books or materials. I just have to change the way I'm doing it. So it's just about keep creating and keep developing and educating people. So just keep rising to my next level, wherever God leads me to.
Love it. I love it. Well, congratulations on all the great things that I know you're going to birth in this new year, and I can't wait to see all the great things that you're going to continue to do, Dr. Bowman. So will you please tell our listeners how they can follow you and support you on all social media platforms?
Yeah, thank you. My office is Discovery Chiropractic and Wellness Center. You can find us at discoverychirowellness.com. That's Discovery, CHIRO, wellness.com. Our office phone number is 704-946-2054. You can also find my personal social media platforms at dr.lbowman. Again, that's at dr.lbowman on Instagram and Facebook.
So make sure you follow Dr. Bowman and support her. She's doing some amazing things, definitely someone to know and someone to connect with. So, Dr. Bowman, thank you so much for taking the time out of your very busy schedule to come to the table tonight. This has been a powerful interview, and I cannot wait to invite you back to the table.
Yes, thank you so much. It was wonderful.
Yes. Thank you again, and I look forward to working with you and collaborating with you in this new year.
Absolutely. All right, have a blessed one.
You too. So I would like to give a special thanks to my intern, Sarah, from Tennessee State University, and my intern, Vontaria, from Winston-Salem State University. You all may follow me on Facebook at Ashley Little and on Instagram at _Ashley A. Little. Thank you.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Creating Your Seat at the Table, where Ashley speaks with corporate professionals, celebrities, entrepreneurs, authors, and speakers who are transitioning or have transitioned to entrepreneurship.